day in the life of a Cajun entrepreneur. Let me tell you, this week has been pretty humbling. I am struggling to see the light of day some days. It's only through my faith. But look at that gray hair. Wow. And all this stuff. It's only through my faith that I'm able not to lose my mind. And I had to figure out what happened in 2024, figure out what's going to happen in 2025, and say, is 2025 going to be better than 2024? Well, I sure in the heck hope so, because 2024 was a lot of building and a lot of slave labor there, no fruits. But already in 2025, we've seen a little bit of a positive action in some of these things that we're doing. But still sucks. Still, economy's not great. And I'm really glad that I was switching over from the housing into a store and the media company and the recovery homes. But all those things are not like super healthy and like, oh yeah, we're just cashing checks here. A lot of money going in, a lot of money going out. And I mean, even today, the decision was made seemingly quickly from the outside in. But for me, this has probably been about a 90-day thought process. We had to shut one of the recovery homes down. It was the one that gave us the hardest time and biggest trouble when it comes to people living out there. It's because it's kind of quote unquote far, far out, and big piece of land, and it made sense because one of the guys that employed some of these guys would be able to go pick them up and stuff over there. And that worked out really well for a little bit. Plus, we had a house manager with a vehicle, 2 house managers ultimately with vehicles that helped out the other guys. Where now we don't quite have that, and it's just like struggling to make it. I mean, I'm struggling to make it, and get to the next level on the things that I'm doing. So, in fact, I'm gonna go drive by it. And long story short, made a decision today that's just like, let's shut it down. Let's reacclimate back down to 3 houses and get caught up with bills. Keep them full. Keep these guys paying. And go from there. Because I can rent another house. That's the game plan that we had was, hey, I'm going to rent these houses so we can get in and out of. I don't have to get debt over it. I'm just managing that house. And so if we fail, and we need to back out, then we're backing out of a rental agreement, and we don't have this house that has all this other baggage that goes along with it. Now, as we keep on working towards the nonprofit status, then yes, as we raise money, buying a house makes sense. But right now it does not make sense at all. It'll just the whole thing struggled last year financially, and we're starting off struggling this year. And it's really because we need to raise money through donations. People in sober living houses are starting out at the bottom a lot of times, all the time really. And so probably 1%, 10% of them have a job that, they're working and they're able to pay. Everybody else, they got hurdles to overcome. And really what keeps me in the game is that I want to help these guys, be in a better environment and stuff. So watch, I'm gonna flip this. Traffic right now, but just to kind of, you can't tell where we at unless you're from Louisiana, but we got a nice, good little neighborhood right there. We're at a stop sign, not bad houses. Got a cop posted up right there, maybe. And long story short, we just gotta trim some of this fat, and can't really let anybody go. Can't stop what we're wanting to do. But boy, it like I said right out of the get go, going through the things that I'm going through in business, I have to continue looking and trimming to let it grow. And it's tough because you don't want to make the wrong decision, but I think at times I do make wrong decisions. I know for a fact I do. Here's the house right there. So it's a big yard. I really like the house. It is really a good house to have these guys in, for sure. Pulling that in front of people, that might be a detriment to me. And so, yeah, long story short, we're just having to do what we got to do to keep surviving in South Louisiana and in my businesses. And there's so many times where especially in real estate, where it's like, man, am I making the right decisions to do things? And you pick and choose. You can never tell economy wise what you're gonna do. And I'm not. And now that I'm older and wiser, the whole reason why I got into the store and stuff like that was because I saw that the economy was heading downhill the last couple years, and but the last 6 months of last year was just total decimation. It was just total stopping point. And so we got people with political signs saying, hey, vote, 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 vote. Yeah, get out and vote. So yeah, a lot of tough conversations here recently. This week was a little draining, and ended the week off with our first media check. So even though we're closing down a house, we got our first retainer for Strata Media, which is essentially what this channel is produced by. And we built up some retainers for January, and at the end of the day, we're pushing more of that. Now that requires no debt. That just requires work, which work is what we got going on, and work is what we're gonna do. So check the mail. I just so happened to check the mail at the end of the week, hoping that we get a check, and pop, we got the check. Or got one of the checks. And we're gonna have a few more checks. And at the end of the day, God's gonna continue to guide me along the right way. I totally feel that as I continue to let myself go of what I think and feel and trust in Him, that I'll see progress. I'll see myself, my character, have progress. So, well, I'm going into this car wash because car needs a bath. I'll see y'all later.